welcome to episode 295 of Good Luck High Five.
Holy cow, that's a lot of episodes.
I know, 290 high five, more like it. Woo!
Maria's going to bring 10 times the personality this episode.
Why is that, Megan?
Because I am sick.
Megan's sick, but she is here, everybody.
I'm here.
She is here and ready to rock.
My subdued voice, so you won't be able to tell if I'm excited about any Ravnica cards.
It'll just be the same the whole way.
Like, oh, look at this previewed card.
It sure is a card.
It sure is. Hey, you're listening to a podcast about magic. About Magic the Gathering. Whether you're a player who's new to the game, returning to the game, getting better by going to GPs, PPTQs, and the like, or just someone who enjoys being part of the Magic community, we're here for you.
That's right.
I'm one of your hosts, Megan.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
And if this is your first time tuning in, boy, are you in for a surprise about what I sound like when you listen next week. It's very different.
So true. And I've got like this weird cough that I just can't kick it. So this is Magic the Sickening this week.
It really
apparently.
is.
But, we have a lot of news and a lot of Magic content to bring you. So we can't just take a week off.
Never.
In fact, we've never taken a week off in our 6 years of doing this show.
I think that might be a lie.
I think we took 1 week off.
I think we took 1 week off.
But one in 6 years is pretty good.
That's a lot of weeks that are not off.
Correct. A lot of on weeks.
It's a lot of on weeks.
On today's show, we're going to talk about previews for Guilds of Ravnica.
Yes. Whew. More cards.
Almost entirely spoiled, and coming up is going to be the pre-release, not on the normally scheduled time because things are all wacky.
Yeah, and we get to see some of it during the World Championship, which we're going to talk more about. So we've got a whole World Championship preview section coming at you today.
Yeah. And we're going to draft some of the players because...
Who doesn't like to draft people by their skill sets?
Who doesn't like to win socks?
That's right. Everyone likes winning socks. Well, I wouldn't know since I've never won any.
Neither have I.
Well, if it's just the two of us, one of us will get our day in the sun.
Finally.
One of us will get our sock moment.
Our sock in the sun, as it were.
Yeah. Here's the issue that I'm running up against with that phrase.
Sure.
In theory, if you put a pair of socks out in the sun and they get nice and sun warmed, that sounds nice, right?
Sounds great.
But on any day where the sun would warm socks, that's not a day that you want to wear warm socks.
Good point. But what about if you put them out in the middle of winter with the sun on them? Are they going to be cold because winter, or will the sun do its job and warm your socks?
They're going to be cold.
We need to do some science on this.
Maria, I'm nearly certain.
Call Ben Franklin. Hey, arise from the dead. We have something really important we need you to science for us.
That can only be determined by the kinds of hands-on science that Ben Franklin is known for.
The reason I thought of him for this was because I have this image in my head of him doing the experiment with different colors of cloth and putting them in the snow and the sun shining on them and finding out that black absorbed the most, so it made the person the hottest.
Did Ben Franklin do that?
That's my memory of one of his accomplishments.
What?
He was a strange man.
Sounds very surprising. I imagine warm socks would have helped his gout and other diseases that we will not name on this podcast.
Before we get into more about Ben Franklin, which we all believe me, there's more Ben Franklin facts in this episode. We have to thank our sponsors, the main ones, who are you, everybody out there who listens to or watches the show and supports us on patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
Thank you so much. You make this show literally possible. So you're keeping us on the airwaves in sickness and in health.
If you want Megan to feel better, please throw $1 at her face. She needs to buy medicine, people.
Do I need a visit to the doctor? Probably. Who doesn't?
You can support not only the show, but also our lives on patreon.com/GLHF Magic. You can put in any dollar amount you want, but we do have a suggested bottom level of $5 a month, which is $1.25 an episode.
Yes. And that is, and But counting it by podcast episodes is so misleading because that is not the only content that we're putting out.
Absolutely not.
We have podcasts, but we also have streams over on our Twitch channel.
Yeah.
We added board game reviews every Monday on our YouTube channel, so you can go and find out about what new hot board games are hitting the shelves near you.
Yes, and the one this week features Meghan as well.
That's true, and it's a game that I adore.
You love this game.
It's very
it's
silly.
a great game.
And so much more. Plus other weekly videos. Like last week, we had a commander battle with.
Oh, it was great.
I had Aminatu and who was yours?
Estrid.
Estrid. That's right. It was a lot of fun. So you can catch all that hot action on our YouTube channel. So you're not just contributing to the podcast per episode.
Right.
You're contributing to all of the content that we try and bring you.
And more is in the works.
Wow.
Wink.
Spooky.
So spooky. Halloween's coming up. I can't wait.
That's right.
Thank you as well to cardkingdom.com/GLHF. That's the link to use if you want to buy anything magic related, if you need sleeves, if you need deck boxes, if you need playmats, if you need cards, if you want to pre-order Guilds of Ravnica, Card Kingdom is the place to do it. They've got the fastest shipping in the West, East, or wherever you happen to be. Great customer service, and they'll put a good luck high five sticker in your order if you ask for that.
Right. Oh my goodness. They make the cutest little custom tokens sometimes if people ask. And I know they say they get a lot of requests, so they just try and do all of the ones that they can. So sometimes if you request a cute token, they'll draw you a little one, and it's great.
It's great. And that's just like emblematic of the service that they offer. So check them out if you want to support the show and support your magic hobby.
That's right.
It's time for some magic news.
That's right. Things happen in the world of magic. Despite me being sick,
the world continued
to turn, which was honestly deeply surprising. I got on Twitter today, and it was like all these people tweeted about GP Stockholm, and I'm like, that happened?
That was a thing?
Well then.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Let's start there. We had a couple of GPs this past weekend.
Yes. We had one in Hong Kong.
Yep.
And one in Stockholm.
Yes.
They were both modern.
Modern.
What a format. One of our favorites.
Absolutely.
We love it.
And
I don't love the deck that won in Stockholm.
We're going to have a what's this deck moment with you pretty soon with this deck. But Hong Kong, just quickly, let's go over the top 8 here in case you're interested. Yeah. Bridgevine was in our top 8, which is the new kind of...
Bridge from Below, Vengevine, put a lot of little creatures and zombies into play real quick.
One of the new hotnesses, so cool to see that there.
Yeah.
We've got 2 copies of Humans, which is not surprising.
Get out of here.
One Jund made the top 8.
Oh, old school.
Welcome back. Jeskai Tempo...
Which is a weird deck.
I did
not
of Jeskai.
Yes.
It's kind of like there's like blue-white control, there's Jeskai control, and this kind of
This is not control at all. This we'll go over it in a sec.
Okay.
We also had a copy of Burn, but what won the whole thing? Tron.
Tron. Good old-fashioned Tron.
Yeah, everyone's favorite deck to hate right now.
Jeskai Miracle is also in the top 8, which is what we call Jeskai Control with 4 Terminus. Apparently.
Right. Look, there's a bone to pick that I have. 4 copies of Terminus does not make a deck miracles.
How many miracle cards do you need? 8?
Okay, look, I'll give you... Yeah, 8 sounds good to me.
All right, we solved it. Yeah. Don't call your deck miracles unless you have 8 of a thing.
8. You have to have at least 2 different kinds of miracle.
Yeah.
Like one kind of miracle does not a miracles deck make.
Ooh.
I don't I don't call it Jeskai Jace just because Jace is in it.
Fair point.
There would be a lot more inflection in my voice if I weren't sick.
You know what? I think it was funnier just like real deadpan like that. So let's talk about this Tempo deck because this caught your eye.
This is weird. I don't know what's going on.
2 Gideon ally of Zendikar.
Sure.
Okay. So
all right.
Sure, get in there, I guess. 3 Figure of Destiny, which is the little 1/1 that can grow.
What? Okay.
I haven't seen this card forever. 2 Grim Lavamancer. Are we playing Burn? Apparently, somehow. Snapcaster Mage, 4 of.
3 Geist of Saint Draft.
Yeah, sure.
4 Spell Queller and a Restoration Angel.
And then you've got a bunch of cheap spells like Lightning Bolt, Opt, Path to Exile, Spell Pierce, Lightning Helix, and Mana Leak.
I mean, can't say that I get it necessarily. I get the idea. I don't get how it was successful.
Meghan, what is tempo?
Tempo just means, so you're playing like these small, cheap creatures, and then you're keeping other people off of doing more powerful stuff. Like with these 4 lightning bolt, right? Like if they play bigger, better creatures later on, you bolt them or you path them, or maybe you bolt their faces to get in last points of damage. And then for more powerful spells, you've got stuff like Mana Leak and Spell Pierce.
Yeah, I just had somebody ask me that the other day, what tempo was, and I'm like, I should not take it for granted that everybody knows what that is.
It's a great question. And honestly, tempo is like one of the most difficult ones of all of the archetypes to pin down. What does it mean?
Because it's like, wait, I'm playing creatures and killing your creatures. And you're like, wait a second, isn't that what you always want to do? And it's like, well, no, but generally.
And it's like aggro is so easy to grasp. It's like, okay, I'm playing a ton of small creatures and I'm attacking a bunch.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Or it's like control. I'm playing no creatures and attacking never. Killing all of your creatures and you're like, got it. And it's like tempo. It's like, okay, well, it's kind of weird, but hear me out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sometimes you're going to play some creatures early on, but then later on, you're not going to play creatures. You're just going to play some spells. I don't know.
So that was Hong Kong. We also had one GP that made quite a splash for a couple of different reasons in Stockholm.
That's right. First of all, I want to point out that Andre Trotsky, notorious, I'm done, I quit Magic.
Won the whole thing. So you know what? Magic knows.
This is the second one.
Magic knows. If you say I'm going to quit, it understands and it pulls you back in.
Yeah, right. Andre was just like, in case you missed it, like a couple months ago after the last PT, he was like, hey, like it's just not really like feasible. I'll only play like if there's stuff in Europe, I'll play that stuff, but I'm not going to be traveling all over. I'm not going to go to every pro tour anymore, anything like that. That's not my goals. He's now gold because he top 8'd one GP and then ran it back and won the next one.
I love it so much.
It was great.
And we had a spicy top 8 as well, considering the kinds of decks that were in there.
Yeah. Okay, so he was playing, and there was another copy of this as well.
Yes.
Banned Spirits.
So Meghan hates this deck for reasons I
hate this deck.
I don't know. Is it because it
passion.
has creatures?
It's just because it's dumb. Okay?
I don't understand.
It's dumb.
It seems really fun.
It's so dumb.
I'm playing creatures and lords.
It's less fun than elves.
Whoa.
Like, if you're just going to play a bunch of creatures, why aren't you playing elves?
Because, like, I don't want to, like, do math and stuff.
Well, okay. Can't argue with that one. I can't argue with that. Look, I just feel like there's never been, and maybe it's because the decks that I played are like elves and then Scape Shift or Titan Shift, but I've never felt like I had a bad matchup against Bant Spirits.
Sure.
And I get it. I see that it's winning stuff, and so I'm like, part of my brain is like, well, it's got to be good. It's consistently making top 8s of GPs. But then the other part of my brain is like, I've never freaking lost to Bant Spirits.
Right.
Like anytime I sit down across from someone and they're like, turn 1 Mausoleum Wanderer, and I'm like, thank you for this win.
I mean, I feel the exact same way playing Boggles.
Exactly.
I win.
And so I guess part of me is like, this is frustration that's like, why is this, where is it good? What is it good against? How is it winning?
I don't know. Apparently it is better than humans. So there's that.
Okay, do you know what? If this deck beats humans, I'll give it that. Congratulations to it. Good job.
Meghan,
if this deck beats humans,
you need to play in a modern tournament playing your decks because you're going to take down the field.
Yeah, but humans is hard to play against.
Oh, yeah. You never know what's going to come out of that ether vial. Smashing you in the face.
Look, we've already had a moment yelling at Meddling Mage, but I could do it a million times. Chris Pikula, nice guy. Hope he makes the Hall of Fame. Also, he's a monster. So there you go. Yeah, that's just somehow the way the world works. Are you
happy that Luis Salvato also made the top 8 and was playing white-blue control?
Yes, that's great.
Okay.
There was a lot of control actually in this top 8 also.
There's another white-blue control from Joel Larson, our Community Cup friend.
Yep. There's a Storm, which is really out of left field, honestly.
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive. There's another Bant Spirits.
There's a Jeskai control.
Mono White Martyr. Are you kidding me?
This is Elias Clocker, who I believe we're going to see at the World Championship, correct? Or is that a different Elias?
That's
Watsfeld. My bad.
That's okay.
Look, there's
how
can there be more than one?
There is somehow.
This deck is also strange.
It's bizarre.
Yes. This is kind of like an updated take on what's the deck that I'm thinking of?
You're thinking of Soul Sisters.
Yes. It's like a different version of Soul Sisters.
Yeah. Which
4th Raven Inspector. Nice.
You know what? I like it.
Get in there.
There's a Sun Titan, 4 Squadron Hawks. Okay, that makes sense. And this is kind of the hallmark card from the Soul. Well, they're playing little creatures.
Yeah.
Sarah Ascendant was the card that Soul Sisters kind of like used to gain 1 billion life because it's just a 1/1 lifelinker for 1. As long as you have 30 or more life, it gets +5/+5 and it's flying. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Martyr of Sands, Ranger of Eos. There's a lot of one-ups in here.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's a single Ruined Halo to just come down and wreck some decks.
Yeah. 2 Wrath of Gods in here. Mm-hmm. All right, sure. That's bizarre. I'm going to have to look more into that deck. It's a little... talk about left field. Yeah. Another white-blue control rounds out our top 8 there. But that wasn't the only exciting thing that happened at Stockholm.
This is maybe the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
Luis Salvato, with this top 8, tied up Player of the Year with Seth Manfield.
I know. So now we're going to have a playoff.
We're headed to a gosh darn playoff, team.
I don't think this has ever happened in the history of Magic.
It has happened one time.
This has happened one time in the history of Magic, so now 2 times. So it's a very rare event,
yes,
to say the least. And we don't know what the playoff's going to be either.
No, the other one I want to say was in 2011, but I'm going to look it up for sure.
So Seth Manfield was in the lead going into this weekend. Reed
by
Duke
3 points.
By 3 points, and Luis Salvato were kind of nipping at his heels. And so they went to Stockholm to try and take him down. Well, Luis Salvato, by making the top 8, tied Seth Manfield. If he had won his match, he would have actually beat Seth. But now they remain tied and are going into a playoff. So
yeah,
I'm super stoked to see what it is.
2011.
2011? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember.
So I wasn't alive yet. This is why I don't know.
Okay.
I'm much younger than you think I am. I hope that it is like, oh gosh, what do I actually hope that it is?
He defeated Guillaume Matignon.
Oh, wait, who did?
Brad Nelson.
Brad Nelson. Okay. Well, that's a pretty big battle of some heavyweights there. I would like to see them battle in a 1v1 pack wars for Player of the Year.
Just play some Pygal Magic.
Yeah, Pygal.
Like, here it is.
I would also accept 1v1 Precon Commander deck. I would accept that.
Yes. I would really, really be all in for that.
Maybe they have to play like 3 different formats.
Yes.
Inside a wrestling ring. Okay. I'm just making this a whole thing now.
Why the wrestling ring though?
Just for the drama.
Okay.
No, at the end they also must wrestle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they play best of 4 formats, but then the 5th format is wrestling.
Yes. Yeah.
Who do you think would win in a wrestling match between Seth Manfield and Luis Salvato?
I have no idea. I think they'd both be like, let's just agree that this one doesn't exist and shake on it.
Okay.
Okay, so to be announced what that format is going to be. And thing number 3, coming up this weekend, the World Championship.
That's right. Coming at you live from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Ooh, on twitch.tv/magic. Check out all the action. We're going to have Standard. We're going to have Guilds of Ravnica
for the team series
final.
Yeah.
Sealed.
Dominaria Draft.
Oh my gosh. And we're going to find out who gets into the Hall of Fame.
Woo.
I know.
I'm very excited.
It's a big moment.
I'm very nervous.
I don't know who it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like last year, I was pretty sure I knew who it was going to be.
Yeah, I think there are some years when it's real clear.
Yeah.
Like last year was Josh Utter-Layton and Martin Yuzo, right?
Yeah.
And the year before it was Owen and Yuya.
Yes.
And I feel like both of those years, everyone, it was like, it's going to be those 2 players each. And then there was like some speculation of like, there's like, maybe there'll be a third person, but it was pretty set.
This year, I don't know.
This year, it's freaking anyone's game, man.
No idea. But yeah, all of those exciting things are going to be happening at Worlds. And I'm just so stoked. I want to see some guilds sealed so bad.
It's gonna be dope.
So yeah, the action starts on Friday at 9 a.m. So make sure you're tuned in.
Bright and early. Get your butt to your computer
and turn it on and then order like a snack and then watch the stream.
Order a snack. What a ritzy life we lead.
Snacks, the ritziest of pleasures.
I'm talking about like ordering them.
Oh.
Wow.
What if you ordered Ritz? Then how ritzy are you?
Times 2.
Hey, big thanks to ultrapro.com for being one of the sponsors of our show.
That's right. Ultra Pro is awesome. Again, despite the lack of inflection in my voice.
They're super
I say
cool.
this statement. They have so much sweet stuff. Whether you're looking for card sleeves that shuffle like silk that has been spun from a bunch of silkworms.
We've got sweet deck boxes. Do you want a
Yes.
hard deck box that you could roll over with the truck? There you go.
Don't do that
this
with it, though.
deck box that's got sweet magnets and
This
a
is
spot for your cards and your dice?
This is the nicest deck box you ever need.
Yeah, this one's
It's
great.
so good.
Faux leather, I love it. That's
Yeah.
great. Do you want that? Do you want one that's illustrated by Steve Avon, a non-existent magic artist? They've got that too.
The only place to get magic art from Steve Avon. Ultra Pro.
It's time to talk Guilds of Ravnica previews.
That's right. Oh, there's some great ones.
Yeah, we're almost done. We're almost completely previewed as of the recording of the show, which is Monday the 17th, by the way. So
Yes.
let's take a look at some really spicy ones. So some of them have been, released in different languages other than English. So
And we're on Scryfall, and they don't have the correct translated name, so they've just been naming them. This one I really appreciate.
It's very good.
Because perhaps you remember Nightvale Spectre from back in the day.
How could I forget?
Which when it dealt combat damage to a player, you would put the top card of their library underneath it, and you could cast it or play it if it was a land. Flying. This one is called Night Surveil Spectre.
Great.
Which is just what they've, again, that Scryfall has named it. Scryfall, if you're not using it, you're wrong. One
Accurate.
blue-black for a 2/2 flyer, creature specter. Whenever Night Surveil Spectre deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of that player's library. Exile one of those cards face down, then put the rest into that player's graveyard. For as long as the face-down card remains exiled, you may look at it, you may cast it, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it.
So yeah, it's just slightly different. You can't play lands with it. Mm-hmm. But 2/2 for 3,
Yeah.
it's almost exactly the same.
Yeah. I think Nightvale Spectre was a 2/3 maybe.
Gosh,
I don't remember.
I remember it was 2 hybrid mana. It was
one blue-black, blue-black.
Yeah.
I don't remember besides that though. Yeah, you're right. Anyways,
Call back.
I really enjoy this card, and it solves the problem. Like Nightvale Spectre, you would want to play those lands because
Right.
if you got a spell, you'd have to be able to cast it. But this solves that problem with the mana of any color situation.
So, I want to talk about this really strange Boros card here.
Yes.
We also don't know the name of this as of today, but it's 1 red white for an instant mythic. Creatures you control gain indestructible. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game.
Also, notice it doesn't say like indestructible until the end of turn. It just says they gain indestructible.
You're right.
Period.
Because it's just like, it doesn't matter.
It's this turn and next turn, and
either
that's
you
it.
win the game or you lose, so it doesn't matter if your creatures are indestructible anymore.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I don't think it's like super good, but in a very dedicated Boros strategy,
If you're like getting real aggro about
you're
it,
just like, I have this attack step, and if only I had one more attack step where their creatures were still tapped, I'd win.
oh,
There you go.
man, what a risk. What
Yeah.
a payoff, but what a risk.
Yeah. Ooh, let's take a look at this Is It card
Yes.
called, quote unquote, the Lightning Struck Tower.
One blue-red sorcery. It deals damage to target creature equal to the total number of instant and sorcery cards you own in exile and in your graveyard. And it has Jumpstart.
This card's great.
So you can cast it from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs.
I love it.
Yeah.
And this is interesting too. We see this effect on a couple of other cards in this set that says in counting instant or sorceries in exile and in the graveyard.
Yeah, because then
Jumpstart.
later on, if you jumpstart it it'll count the copies that have been jump started in the past, but are now in exile, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's see. We have a card that everyone has been talking about.
Ooh.
Where is it?
The card on everyone's lips. I mean, there's a few of them.
This is the one I'm thinking of, right?
I was thinking you're thinking of another one.
No, I think you're right. I'm not thinking of this one, but let's just call out again. They've named this one so far Good Dog Oh Ryder. 1 green white creature human knight. Whenever Good Dog Oh Ryder attacks, you may tap any number of untapped creatures you control. Until end of turn, Good Dog Oh Ryder gets +1/+1 for each creature tapped this way. 3 green white, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. It's a 2/2.
That card's nuts.
Yeah, the card is pretty sweet. Okay, where's the one that I'm looking for? Gosh darn it.
I was going to talk about one that was previewed today, which they haven't updated yet on their page.
Tell us about it.
But we can find it. Let's take a look at another preview site because it might be up there. And it looks like kind of Bonker Towns. So let's see if it's up on this website because I think it might see some standard decks.
Okay.
Because it has to deal with tokens. It's a white card.
Oh, so many clues.
So many clues. It's white. It deals with tokens. Oh,
I cannot.
Man,
Do you remember what it's named?
It's on Twitter. I'll find it. You find a card and talk about for 5 seconds.
Okay. The card the card I'm thinking of is Knight of Autumn.
That card's beautiful.
Yeah. And it's pretty good. Yes. Yes. I'll answer my own question.
Yes.
It's pretty good. Here we go. Here it is. 1 green white. For a creature, Dryad Knight, it's a 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, choose one. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on Knight of Autumn. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, or you gain 4 life. What a versatile little buddy.
You just, whatever you want, you get.
What about Centaur Peacemaker? 1 green white. When it enters the battlefield, each player gains 4 life. Cute.
I love the art on it so much. Look at it. It's a centaur giving you flowers.
I know. And, looking great.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm taking those flowers.
So, Maria, you're upset about this card. Affectionate Indrik. 5 and a green. Creature beast. It's a 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you may have it fight target creature you don't control.
Now everyone's going to hate me.
Tell us.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
But it's not time to name cutest card and grossest card of the set yet because... Judge Rob isn't here, and Judge Rob needs to be here for that. But a lot of people are tweeting at us like, oh, Affectionate Indrik is obviously the cutest card because look at it.
Look at the little scale cats.
The scale cats I'm in for. Okay, I approve of the scale cats. But this is just the cuteness on it is so pushed. It's like, don't you try and tell me what's the cutest card, Wizards of the Coast. Okay. I will decide what the cutest card is.
Hear me out, though.
Yes.
What if? So you feel like they're trying to manipulate you into picking a cutest card.
Yes, from afar.
But now you have voiced this multiple times where you're like, don't push one card. So what? I'm just saying that if you consistently act in opposition to what you believe are their wishes, are you not then still just as malleable by their will?
Wow.
Because they can make the pushed cutest card, and then they can make what they want to be the cutest card.
And I just don't know.
They're like, she's gonna pick the second one because she thinks that we're pushing the first one.
If they're even considering me in this, I'm happy.
I want you to take that into consideration, Maria. I want you to take that potential.
And I will say this. I'm not considering the Indrik. I am considering it because of the scale cats, and it's just being cute.
Scale cats.
But is it going to win? I can't say for certain yet. Okay, I found the card after 1,000 years. This is what I was talking about.
Tell me about it.
Divine Visitation. It's a mythic. 3 white for an enchantment. If one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, that many 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance are created instead.
Wow.
Somebody posted it with Tristani's Summoner, I think is the card from Ixalan. That when you attack, you can pay X in red, and it makes that many attacking 1/1s as well.
It's not Tristani, it's Tillinolli.
Yeah, Tillinolli Summoner. With this, you just make 1,000 angels.
Yes, I want someone to have that combo.
Yeah.
I'm in for it.
It's real, right?
I want to see it happen.
It could be a thing. This card's kind of funny. Justice Strike. Red and a white for an instant. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. It should be called Stop Hitting Yourself. Should be the name of this card.
Justice Strike.
What have you pulled up there?
Oh, I pulled up Lazav just because I remember this gent from the first Ravnica.
I do as well.
Lazav the Multifarious.
Wow, what a title.
When Lazav enters the battlefield, surveil 1. X, Lazav the Multifarious becomes a copy of target creature in your graveyard with converted mana cost X, except its name is Lazav. It's legendary in addition to its other types, and it has this ability.
So it can become anything.
Yeah, classic Lazav.
Yeah.
Lazav, I remember, was also like a little shape-shifty. Yeah.
I found a card with Battalion in this set, but it doesn't say it on it.
Ooh, which card? Hold on.
What?
I just want to read. Price of Fame. 3 and a black instant. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a legendary creature.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Destroy target creature, surveil 2.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, real sweet.
So it only costs 4.
Exactly. And it could cost 2 if you're targeting a legendary, say, in standard.
Wow. That card's a full 1 mana cheaper than we're used to. And it's got Surveil 2 on it for the same exact effect.
Nice.
Normally you pay 5. Okay, well, that is hot spice right there.
What?
My
Which
Battalion
is what they
card.
thought about naming Tabasco, but they were
Hot
like,
spice.
we need to call it something else.
Fun fact, Benjamin Franklin invented Tabasco.
That one's a lie. That one's...
Well, we're going to give three lies and 1 truth about Ben Franklin in this episode.
I'm really glad it's not 3 truths and 1 lie, because that would be a lot harder.
You can decide which one's true. Hazda Marshall is a single white for a 1/1, so I'm interested, right off the bat. Whenever it and at least 2 other creatures attack, there's Battalion. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. I hate you, Chain Whirler. Why? Why must you ruin my life? Anyway.
Okay. Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice. 2 red-white for a mythic legendary angel with flying with Mentor. It's a 2/5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1 target creature you control. Until end of turn, that creature gets +2/+0, gains trample if it's red, and gains vigilance if it's white. She can target herself?
She's great, yes. She can target herself, and she can be found with Militia Bugler.
Jeez.
Because she only has 2 power.
Wow.
Yeah,
brutal.
that card is pushed for standard.
Yeah.
Pretty hard.
Militia Bugler, get ready. Dust off.
Dust off that bugle.
Exactly. Dust off that horn, buddy.
Wow, this set is looking sweet.
I love this one. Venerated Laksa Don, 4 and a white, 4/4, elephant cleric with convoke. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature that convoked it.
This is going to be a blowout.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, it's a little elephant blessing somebody, which is cute.
Oh, this elephant blesses you.
It blesses you. Yeah. I mean, Trostani Discordant is a pretty cool looking card too.
Yeah.
3 green-white for a 1/4, a legendary dryad. Other creatures get +1/+1. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. I'm in. At the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own. So you're making 2/2 soldiers.
Yeah.
So get out of here, Chain Whirler. And they have lifelink. And the art on it is just spectacular.
Yeah. Tristani is lovely.
Yeah.
Very lovely.
A Hunted Witness helps a little bit with the Chain Whirler problem. 1 white for a 1/1 human. When it dies, create a 1/1 white soldier with lifelink.
Yeah, you're still making a 1/1.
You don't even care.
Yeah. Let's see. I previewed a card on the
Mothership.
On the Mothership, 1,000-Year Storm, which basically just gives all your spells storm.
It's an epic name of a card.
Yeah, it's 6 mana for an enchantment. And it says for any instant or sorcery you cast, you create a copy for each other instant and sorcery you've cast before it that turn. So like literally just
everything
gives
is storm.
everything storm.
That's fun.
Which is pretty great.
That's a sweet card.
Oh man, we have the answer to how they were naming these.
Oh yeah, so last episode we went on about how we wanted to know what the linking word was between these split cards.
Yes. It turns out there's no linking word. They made the first 3 letters match.
The same.
Yes. So at first they were just playing with like regular alliteration, like the first 2.
Yeah.
But then they were like, what if it was, the first letter of each? And then they were like, what about the first 2? Then they were like, what about the first 3?
Boom.
And here we are.
Assurance and association.
Instant. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Association. 4 green white instant. Create 3 2/2 green and white elf knight creature tokens with vigilance.
3?
3.
I love it.
What a number.
What a number. 3 2/2s versus 2 3/3s. What do you want more?
Wait, what?
What do you want more? You paying 6 mana. Do you want 2 3/3s or do you want 3 2/2s?
Wow. Great question. 3 2/2s.
Yeah. The reason I ask is because I believe in Return to Ravnica, there was something that made 2 3/3s for 6 mana. Unless I'm out of my brain. So, yeah.
I think I remember. Because they were the 3/3. They were like rhino. No, they were beasts. There were 3/3 beasts, right?
Oh, were they?
Or there were 4/4 rhinos. I don't remember all of the kinds of tokens.
This is going to be a blast from the past from us, regardless, playing this
Like,
set.
I was just thinking, looking at this, how excited I am to go back to Ravnica.
I know. This was our first set we ever played as Magic players, so it holds a special spot in both of our hearts for sure. And it's like I already feel the memories coming back looking at these cards.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I will have even more when the next set gets released because my good old friend Rakdos will be in that set. That set's really stocked, by the way. Orzhov, Rakdos, Simic.
Yeah.
3 good guilds right there.
I like this card. It's not like a great effect, right? You don't really want to cast it, but I like the second half of it. Creeping Chill, 3 and a black for a sorcery. Deals 3 damage to each opponent and you gain 3 life. But it has, when it's put into your graveyard from your library, you may exile it. If you do, it deals 3 damage to each opponent. You gain 3 life. Like just built. I love seeing stuff that's built for the mechanics.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously built for surveil. So it's like, hey, I basically get to just draw and cast this card for free when I surveil it away. It's so sweet.
You know what's really interesting too is seeing the card set come out of Boros with Mentor.
Yeah.
Swiftblade Vindicator is a red and white for a 1/1 double striking Vigilance Trampler.
And you can mentor the heck out of that buddy.
That buddy's gonna get taught. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So how good is it gonna be? No idea, but we've got a couple of clues. Hunted Witness is, I guess, kind of a clue, but that one is for sure. It's a rare.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, some really sweet stuff. Look at Cackling Drake down here. This little buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Blue, red for a star for Drake flying. Power equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in exile and in the graveyard. And when it ETBs, draw a card.
Oh, man. What a great little Drake.
That?
What a great little Drake.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited.
This weekend can't come fast enough. And by the way, you can watch the pre-release on Wednesday.
Ooh.
Of all times.
Yeah.
That's when it is from our friends at Loading Ready Run.
This Wednesday?
I believe so. Yeah.
Holy buckets.
Because World Champion's going to come out and you can watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of guilds previews. And by the way, we're signed up already for the pre-release.
Oh, we are?
Yep. So we're good
to go. Thank you. Cool.
Yeah, we'll keep you up to date with all of the previews. And of course, Judge Rob coming on next week before the pre-release.
Oh, boy.
So we're going to get you ready with the aid of the wonderful Judge Rob before you go to your pre-release to make sure you know how all of the cards interact with each other and themselves.
Exciting.
Everybody, coming up this weekend, as we previewed at the top of the show, is the 2018 World Championship for Magic the Gathering.
Holy buckets. One of the biggest events out there.
Yeah, this is like the Super Bowl ×2. It's the #1 event that every Magic player wants to win.
Yeah.
And in this field, some have.
Yes.
So, and a few have come very, very close. They've been in the finals before.
Yeah.
This is a stacked field.
It really is.
And before we talk about anything else, Megan and I are going to draft these players.
Okay.
Because whoever wins is going to buy the other person some socks.
That's very
the way
true.
This works.
Okay.
So we're going to rock, paper, scissors.
Hold on, I have Schwazi.
Oh, we're going to Schwazi for pack one.
In case anyone has ever not heard of Schwazi before, it's our favorite app for picking which player goes first, and you can do almost any number of players. So it can be any board game, and it's CHWAZI, and it's a little app, and you just put your finger on it. Boop. You just put a finger on it, and it'll pick someone.
Oh, Schwazi, be with me. Okay.
Also, now you need to. It was. It picked Maria. Also, go disinfect your hands.
I don't want the sickness. Okay.
No one should.
So I'm looking through this field. Everybody's so freaking good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How do I even pick?
You have to pick one.
All right. I'm going to pick a returning champion because if they won it one time, they might win it again. I'm going for Seth Manfield. Pack one.
Wow.
Pick one.
Bold choice.
All right.
Okay. Oh man. This is very difficult.
So Seth up for Player of the Year, of course, former world champion, Pro Tour champion this past season.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Do you know what? I'm going to pick the person who's who just tied him in the standings.
Luis Salvato?
I picked Luis Salvato.
Okay. You've got Luis Salvato. Who do I want to pick up next for my pack one, pick two? I'm going to pick Reed.
There's only one pack.
Okay, that's true.
Let's see. I will go ahead and let's see. I'm gonna go out on a limb for this one. I think. Actually, no. Do you know what? This one's knocking me out on a limb.
Okay.
I'll pick Mike Sigrist.
Okay, that's a great pick.
Mike Sigrist. Lots of magic.
I'm gonna
very
pick
magic.
Martin Yuza.
Oh God, I almost picked Martin Yuza that pick.
All right, who do you got next?
Wow. Great question. Let's see. This time.
Now
no,
are you
I'm
really
still not gonna go. No,
it's
still
not
gonna
time
happen.
to go on the limb yet.
Ken Yukihiro.
All right, Ken Yukihiro. No limb yet for you.
No limb yet.
Okay, I'll pick.
You want to be the first person to go out on a limb?
No.
Eventually, someone has to.
That's accurate. I'm gonna pick. Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of good Magic players in here.
Ben Stark.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Javier Dominguez.
Good pick. Javier, second last year.
Yeah, and lots of people have just been like, a lot of players from his region have just been like, everyone's underrating him in their picks.
Yeah. Okay. Next pick. Still not going out on the limb because why would I? I'll take Brad Nelson.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew you were going to take Brad Nelson.
Okay.
All right. I'll draft Owen. I will also not go out on a limb.
Okay, no limbs here yet. No limbs. I'm going to take Matt Severa.
Wow. Okay.
There's really not a limb in this.
No, I'll take Marcio Carvalho.
All right, you've got Marcio. He's gotten second enough times that.
That was a lot of times.
I'm going to take Matt Nass.
You'll keep picking the person that I almost picked. Yes.
Too bad Modern's not a format at this, though, I gotta say.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll pick Jerry T.
All right, you got Jerry T. And in that case, I'm gonna pick. Ooh. Who am I gonna pick?
I don't know.
Scroll down one more time. I'm gonna take Shahar.
Okay.
For the triple, the hat trick.
Wow. Okay, I'll pick. Neither of us has taken Andrea Mengucci yet, right?
Okay, no.
I'll pick Andrea Mengucci.
All right, you have Andrea.
Yeah.
Looks great in a scarf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Greg Orange.
Wow. I wish I had picked Greg Orange. God damn it.
I got Greg Orange.
Yeah, you did. Gosh, this is so tough now.
Now
really
now
good.
it's getting a little granular.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, these are. I'll take Elias Watsfeld.
Okay.
Limited
draft master.
He's a draft master. There we go. Pro Tour draft master, which is pretty impressive.
Okay, so who do we have that's left here?
Okay, we still have
Wu.
Alan Wu.
Who was part of the trio who won recently. John Rolfe. Ben Hall was in the trio.
Hall, Gregor Kowalski. And BBD and Wyatt Darby.
I'll take Gregor.
I'll take BBD.
All right. And then I'll take Wyatt.
Okay. Who's left is
John Rolfe and
I'll
Ben
pick John
Wu.
Rolfe.
Okay.
Alan Wu.
Oh, sorry. Alan Wu and
Ben Hall.
Ben Hall. I'll go with Alan Wu.
All right. I'll pick Ben Hall.
All right. Well, there's our draft. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to say whoever has the winner gets a sock, or whoever's like team does better?
Oh my goodness.
We've got our teams right here.
This That's a great question.
I don't know.
Honestly, I want to do it by whose team does better.
Okay.
Like we just.
But how do we, this is like how many points?
So we reverse the number of points. So like whoever gets first gets, how many competitors are there? 24?
24.
So whoever gets first gets 24 points. Whoever's in
Okay.
second gets 23.
Got it.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, great.
I'm very excited.
Yay! You can play along too if you want to draft a team with
Yeah.
your friend and see who does better at the World Championship. It's such a small field too that sometimes very bad records can get you into the finals.
It's
fun.
true.
It's pretty fun. So what we're going to see at the World Championship Standard, Megan, give me your take. What's going to happen in Standard?
Heck if I know.
Red Black winning the whole thing.
You really think so?
It's certainly a fair chance of it.
Yeah. I think, this is, I don't know. I'm not on top of it enough to know. I think that Control certainly has a chance.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
Like
we
the
saw
white blue
Greg
Teferi.
Orange.
Exactly. Just honestly, and he was playing against Martin Yuza, who was on Red Black
Yeah,
aggro.
that's true.
And he just walked all over him.
Yeah.
Martin Yuza, Hall of Famer.
Yes.
30 GP top 8s.
No big deal.
No big deal.
And he had no chance in that matchup.
Yeah, Greg Orange just walked all over him.
That's a good point.
So there you go. There's my take.
Okay, Control will win the
Teferi.
day. Teferi.
Or what about, we're forgetting our Turbo Fog friend.
yeah, Turbo Fog could
Holy
be there.
buckets.
This is kind of like the last hurrah for the Standard season.
Yeah, I know that there are certainly pro players out there who when Turbo Fog first came out were just like, it's absurdly good over the rest of the field.
Yes, absolutely. And at the Pro Tour, it wasn't quite developed enough. So
Yeah, and now they've had time to tune it, to test it, to play it.
it could be
Yeah.
the moment for Turbo Fog to take the whole thing down. Okay, well, that'll be super interesting to see. Dominaria Draft. Really excited to revisit this format.
I love Dominaria drafts.
Slimefoot is going to be everywhere. Getting
Yes.
its slimy feet all over everything.
Gross.
Be sure to bring your Purell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like 4-color power was
Yeah.
the name of the game in Dominaria.
I'm very excited for it. I love Dominaria draft.
I mean-
Who didn't?
People are probably going to be doing that, right? It's not going to be like, I'm going to play blue-white historic.
I mean,
Maybe.
not everyone at a draft table of 8 can draft 4-color good stuff, right?
True.
And so I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna as lame of a take as this is. Classic good drafting, man.
All right. Sweet. It's also back online so the players could get ready for the tournament because they're like, how do
yeah.
we play this? So you can go and play online, Magic Online if you want to too.
Nice.
And prep like the players. And
Wow,
finally, of
like
course.
me, more Khans of Tarkir being gone again.
Oh, yeah. That was so good.
Ugh,
Cons.
it was so
You
good.
should just always be there, Cons.
Exactly, Khans of
We miss
Tarkir
you.
flashback should always be an option.
So good.
It's great.
And we're going to see the Team Series final
Yeah,
happening, and we're going to play Guilds of Ravnica Sealed.
excited.
So the teams
That's
get like a chance to like see the decks or
Yeah.
see the cards and test with them a little for like 2.5
yes.
days
I
beforehand.
think on Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
And then on Thursday they build.
something like that.
Yeah.
So they're not going in completely blind.
No.
But mostly. They're going to be finding out kind of at the same time as all of us watching them how good these cards actually
Yeah.
are. It's like a pre-release.
Pre.
So the one on Wednesday's loading right around is the pre-release.
Yes.
And that's the pre-release.
Yes.
Then the pre-release.
Yes,
And then
and
the
then the
release.
Just the normal cycle of a Magic set.
Ben Franklin, fun fact, invented the pre-release. Had nothing to do with magic at the time. I'll let that joke sit right there. Well, everybody, that's this episode of Good Luck High Five. Megan needs to go home and go to sleep.
I really do.
To get better because we got to travel to Vegas.
Yes. Before we go, thank you once again to everyone who's a patron. If you're not a patron, consider becoming one because we will have to buy a new microphone after I burn this one.
Oh, God. That's true. We've just set everything you've touched in the office on fire.
So consider donating to helping us get the office back on track after we torch everything that I've come in contact with today.
Yes, and thank you to Card Kingdom and Ultra Pro, our fabulous other sponsors. Please visit them and show them some love for showing our show some love too. And yeah, you can find us on Twitter at GLHF Magic. Facebook, we finally changed our name.
Good luck, high five.
Thank you for the tip about that. We are now Good Luck High Five on Facebook, and you can find us at GLHF Magic on Facebook. On Instagram, the same is true there. If you're a patron, you get to check out our sweet Discord chat, which now has a board games tab. So if
that's
you're like,
right.
I love chatting
and
board
everyone
games.
was talking about Azul on the same day that we were maybe recording a review of an Azul.
Their Sunday soon.
Ooh.
Yeah, so youtube.com/Good Luck High Five is where to find that and all of our sweet videos that we put out each and every week, all for you. Mm-hmm. Hope to see y'all hanging out in chat this weekend at the World Championships.
Yeah.
You know, keep
I'm
it classy.
not coherent anymore.
Megan's done. Bye.
Good night and good luck, high five.
It's the afternoon.
Well, okay.